Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to part number 4 in my Washoe Nevada Let's Play series here on the brand new Washoe Nevada Map by ALiEN JiM. As promised in episode 3, I have advanced through the night, so we've advanced technically a day in game, but it works out with the mods that I have installed that we have advanced a month. Doesn't look like we've got any weed situations going on, that's alright. I do have a field to harvest today. We have our first canola harvest over on our field number 16. So we get to try our brand new John Deere T560 that we leased in the last episode. All the vehicles, if you remember, as you remember, are on long-term leasing. Now, we're not owning any equipment apart from our stayer tractor, our tippy trailer and our pickup truck. They're the only things I have actually bought and own outright. Everything else is on hire purchase. Right, so I need to be going this way. Don't really know my way around this map yet to all the fields, but we'll figure things out. So we've got bale, sales and buy points here, which is interesting. Does the irrigation thing actually work, or is that just for show on the fields? We'll find out. I'll go and have a look at the grass field, because I didn't realise that field thingy with Jiggy Doodah was grass. Field 10. I haven't actually bought a mower yet, so I can't harvest it. Or should I say, I haven't leased a mower yet, so I can't harvest it. What we can do though, or what I can do, is I can get this canola harvested. Pull over the tippy truck. As I say, Arthur Sandcastle's going to get this field done pretty quickly, I'd imagine. And then no doubt we'll get it lined, we'll get it ploughed and subsoiled and cultivated, which should be able to do all in one pass now with the equipment I've leased and loaned. You know, we'll check. Should have the horsepower on the John Deere to do it. If not, I will strap it onto a slightly bigger John Deere. We've got the 7R or the 8R, so although the 8R's probably got front weights on it, so I won't be able to use the front linkage, but I could certainly strap them on the 7R if need be, to be able to use the cultivator and everything. I'm going to leave the timescale set at 5 times now, much like I do on a lot of my Let's Play series, just to help speed the clock along and we see some weather changes and stuff. So does that actually go up and down the field, that irrigation system? Because that would be a rather unique element if it did. Look at the crappy yield. Hey, yeah, Realisitic Numbers is still installed. Can't you tell? Because I'm getting absolutely zero canola off of this field. Doesn't bode well for my own field, does it? Get this sort of stuff put into the main get this, or when I harvest this field I will get the stuff put in the silo. I'm going to hang on to it. I'm not going to take it and sell it straight away because I've got a little bit of money. in the bank account currently from having done the from selling off the equipment. So I'm in no panic as far as selling stuff. And you may notice I'm not taking advantage of GPS. I am pretty much harvesting freehand. I don't think any of these fields need to be harvested with GPS. They're not big enough to worry about it. Now I am sort of thinking to myself, how could we maximise some of these fields a bit? Problem is, we won't be able to maximise them very well, because as far as ploughing and extending the fields goes, I probably can't do that until I own the field, the land surrounding the fields. Right now I rent the fields, but I can't rent the land that surrounds the fields. That's not possible because it's not numbered. So realistic numbers, the land renting, field renting only works with areas of land that are numbered. So I can't buy the additional land. I can't rent the land, basically plough this field to make it much bigger, so the next time I plant a crop on it I'm going to get more yield and a better bonus. That doesn't work. Off we go, jingle jangle jingle. I'm going to be able to harvest this entire field and not have to worry about emptying the harvester. Yikes. Field 16 is not a bad size, I don't think, when you look at the map. Compared to Field 9 that I started with. Yeah, it's not a bad field, but that's not so good. That is definitely not so good. I was expecting a little bit more than 4,000 litres off of the field. I don't think Realisitic Numbers is designed for maps like this. I really don't. Not with fields this small and this tiny. I think you need like a Dahl farm or a Welker's farm for this thing to have any kind of merit or bearing. Now we'll go and have a look though at this water irrigation system. I don't know if it's legit and it actually serves any function or whether it's just a decorative object. If it's just for decoration, it's going to be really, really annoying. Let's put the help window on so we can check. No, nothing popping up. So I think it's just decoration. It's a shame that it doesn't actually, you know, work. You know, you couldn't just jump in it, activate it, make it a vehicle. If it was like Hofbergman, this would be a vehicle that you could jump in and you could probably drive it down this track to the end, and it would probably have like some spraying function where it would basically spray water or fertilizer or something for that effect. Kind of missed a trick there, Mr. And that's interesting because I have owned by me, and then this land is owned by Mr. Philip Edgar, or whatever his name is. Right, anyway, we'll put the canola into the bin, into our storage bin. I then said we was going to have a drive over and have a look at the animal area. I've not been to the animal area yet. See what we're looking at over there. Chickens is going to be a big thing on this map, we've already said, because egg prices seem to be really, really generous. Very little point using a tippy truck if I can just drive in here with me combine and unload. Right, let's lower the header. And we'll pick it up. We'll park it back behind our shed. We'll put the harvester back. Our first two harvests so far in this series. The corn harvest that we did in the opening episode, and that canola harvest just now, very woeful. Very, very woeful. Not gonna lie. It's a little bit concerning to see such poor yields coming from our crops. But anyway. Right. Go grab the pickup truck. We're going to have a drive over to where the animals are. Have a look at what the setup is with them. So I need to go pretty much north on this map. Take my fertiliser wagon with me. Oh, there's something else I was thinking of buying to help with this truck. I know this truck's got its own mobile servicing platform built in for servicing other vehicles. However, what this thing doesn't do, it can't service itself. So I was thinking I was going to get the portable toolbox and just keep in the back of this truck, so that I can change the truck configuration. So I can have, right now I've got fertilizer storage in the back there, or I can change it to seed, I can change it to herbicide, I can change it to fuel. You know, sky's the limit. Right, so we've got a chicken pen here. We've got no chickens in it. I'm looking at this screen, and the price of eggs, look, 2,909, 2,274. I'm thinking to myself that we might be better off just having chickens. Not worry about cows. Let's not worry about sheep. I'm not even probably going to worry about horses too much, I don't think. This bit of land is fairly big. What I could do, if I sell that off, few easy sheds here. Right, there's a few easy sheds over here. If I sell that one off, there is one there. Right, I'll sell that one off too. Right, there's a few trees on this bit of land that I need to maybe look at getting rid of. But effectively, I should be able to put down some more large chicken coops. So we have... what's going on with this thing? I don't quite get what the author's doing. So he's setting up an irrigation system, isn't he? Or it looks like it. We've got the animal irrigation thingy-majiggy mod going on here. So I'm thinking maybe drop that one in there. That's 3. Then we've got quite a big area down all the way down here. I could probably squeeze, if I clear out some trees there, I could get another chicken pen in, or leave the trees where they are and just build the chicken pen around the trees. Even better. So I've got 4 chicken pens into which I can put 4 lots of chickens. Like I say, I could then come down, remove some of the trees from this area, the rest of the trees. I could create a field on here using my plough, and that could provide us with the wheat needed to make sure our chickens are properly taken care of with food and stuff. But for now, let's get some chickens. So these don't cost anything, apparently. Let's have 100 of them. And a rooster. Right, we'll come over here. We'll have 100 brown ones. And a rooster. We'll come over here. And we'll have 100 black ones. I'll tell you what, it's so much easier now. We've got that animal counter mod installed. Don't have to worry about transporting them or anything, because it's not that expensive. We'll have 100 of them and a rooster. Right, we're also going to buy this thing. Will be completed in 10 hours. So we'll come put this over here. Four pens. I've got four chicken pens. Right. So I need to fill this one up with chickens now as well then. We'll go for black ones again. Load them up. Right, so this area is going to be Poultry Farm Central. Water will be automatically put in there by the worker person. Food goes in there, the wheat and stuff, and of course the eggs should spawn there. Right, so we're going to need some wheat now for them then. We're going to need some food for the chickens. Right. Back to the farm. We'll get the tippy truck and the stayer. I might move the stayer over here then now, because it's going to have the front loadery thing on it, so it'll be able to clean up after the animals if I'm not using the cleaning mod, if I haven't got that installed already. We will then need to do some, obviously, subsoiling and stuff. What we'll do, have we got out in the starting silo? course, the answer would be no, we don't have any food for the chickens. Do we? So let's have a quick look. What's the store prices for a big bag of wheat? 161 for chicken feed. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10. Oh, I'm buying all the wrong things. People was probably stood there screaming at the screen then. Delivery space is blocked, right. Going to need the stayer because it's got the forks, so I can pick them up. And hopefully empty the pallets into this, come back down, going to put that down and pick up the so bring all the wheat back. The seeds, not ideal that I bought those. Let's have a quick look. Anywhere on the map that buys seed? Unfortunately not. So I'm not going to be able to refund the seed and return it, sadly. I should have checked that really, shouldn't I? Do. Right. So let's load up all the bags of seed. All the bags of seed first. There we go. Hey, you've never seen me doing this yet in a Farm Sims series, in one of my Let's Plays. Actually loading seed, but with forks. Normally I just use refill points, buy seed, and, you know, it's all good. We buy the seed, we sell the seed, and, you know, we never actually bother with pallets and having to do this. But you know what? I'm having kind of a little bit of fun on this series, doing some of this stuff a bit more hands-on. And what we'll do is I'll empty all this stuff into here, this seed. We'll take the seed back up to the farm. We'll put in the up in the seed place that stores the seed, and then basically make sure I never ever buy seed again, because we're probably never ever going to need all that. We'll never ever use all this seed, I don't think. Hey, look at this, look. It's been 14 years since I've driven a forklift and loaded and unloaded vehicles. You never forget. You never forget. Skills come back. Look, this is how I would be doing this in real life. I would, at one point, lifting pallets on and off of trailers, not seed and stuff, but you know, stuff for when I worked in engineering, castings, obviously any parts that companies shipped into us on pallets, all that stuff would come in. I'd unload it, and then I'd take it in, put it in the obviously the goods inwards area, then I'd sort through it, count everything, get it booked in. Any obviously discrepancy reports I'd file, then obviously after booking the stuff in, I'd have to check to see what the status of everything was. If stuff needed inspecting, I would then have to move it to the inspection area, so the inspectors could then obviously inspect it when they got round to it. If stuff was straight on the was just straight for store use, I would take it down to the stores and put it away. Again, depending on which stores, we had like 3 different separate stores for different bits. So I'd have to obviously figure out, know which stores I was going to, and then I'd usually put the stuff on a pallet and take it around by a hand pallet truck. At that point, I wouldn't use a forklift inside the factory to move stuff, unless it was castings, because they're heavy. And then, but then towards the end of my time there, we got a hand forklift, so I could actually transport castings and stack castings in the racks, using that rather than having to use a forklift, because the forklift was a bit big for inside. It wasn't very easy manoeuvring inside within racking. So pretty much any time we used the truck was when we was unloading the lorries outside. As soon as the goods were put on the floor, it was all hand trucks, then pallet trucks, like I say, electric stackers from that point on. So getting this done. So I did kind of mess up, I'm not gonna lie. I did buy seed instead of chicken food. 1, 2, 3. I've got enough bags of chicken food there, I think, for what have we got? 400 chickens. That should keep them going for a while. As I say, in a worst case scenario, now this is the only bit I don't like about farm sim, I'll be honest with people who want my opinion. I would say my one complaint, trying to do this in cab, load and stack pallets and stuff, or bales, is really difficult to do because there's just no depth perception. I know technically to get depth perception they would probably have to start going down the road of offering VR, but really your in-cab views for trying to do stuff like this, it just doesn't work. And that's the one thing that I don't think Giants can, like I say, unless they add VR support, you're never going to be accurately be able to simulate this process. You know. There we go. Because you can't see your forks, you can't tell how far the actual pallet is away from you. You can't tell how far the truck is away from you. For a start, it's very difficult to see. You know, in real life, you'd be leaning forward to look under that cross beam. You might even open the sunroof, as this is obviously a tractor, and peer up out the sunroof to help you see where you are in relation to the thing you're trying to pick up or trying to load. You may even have some little bloke, even the little driver bloke, the person who brought the delivery to you, might be stood there giving you directions, telling you, you know, forward a bit, back a bit, left a bit, right a bit. If you've got, you know, side shift control on your forks. Right, so I'll take the seed back that I bought incorrectly. That's how you kill somebody. With a truck, when they get to junctions and they drive out with the forks protruding, you're really supposed to, I think what you're supposed to do is drive with the forks up like that, so they're well clear, so you're not going to behead a poor car driver. I'll have them like that, so then you're not going to catch them on telegraph wires and overhead wire power lines and stuff like that, or bridges, low bridges. The town I live in, the town I live in here in the UK is really bad, because literally all the major roads that come into the town have to go under a railway bridge. And obviously the bridges were built many years ago, before, you know, all the modern cars, trucks, vans, lorries and stuff, which obviously means that they're actually quite low. And I don't think a week goes by when there isn't an incident in our town where a lorry hits one of the bridges, which obviously, if anybody knows anything about railway bridges, they don't like being hit by lorries. Causes all sorts of problems, because then the company that, obviously the people who operate the railway line, they have to close the railway line whilst they inspect the track and the bridge to make sure it hasn't done any, you know, structural damage. Because the last thing you would want after a truck has hit the bridge is for a train to go over it and the bridge collapse and the train end up in a big heap and everyone die. That wouldn't be a good thing. So yeah, that causes no end of problems. I mean, it's bad enough for the trucks and the lorries, because obviously the damage they do to their trailers when they slam them into the bridge, and as well as obviously the damage to the goods that are on those trailers. But then they get quite a big fine from the railway company for the time it takes them to close the line, the delay to obviously the trains that are supposed to be running on that line, and then obviously the man hours it takes to inspect and pass the bridge is safe for people to for trains to run on. So if a lorry hits the bridge, it's quite an expensive affair, and I would imagine the drivers responsible, the drivers that do it, probably don't remain driving for that company, for their companies, much after that. I imagine most of the lorry companies would give them their marching orders after driving their truck into a bridge. But as I say, it is a problem for our town, because unfortunately there's nothing they can do, because the bridges were there long before, as I say, a lot of the modern day big heavy goods vehicles, which is a bit of a problem. It's like, well, what do you do? You can't make the railway higher, the bridge is higher. You can't raise the railway line. The only thing you could probably do is lower the road. Is actually dig the road out and sink the road down lower. But that would cause huge then problems for all the other systems, the services that run under the roads, the gas, the waters, the electrics, the sewers, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, it's not easy. Obviously, it would be great if we could ever get to a society where we're not reliant on trucks bringing goods to places. You know, great big massive trucks. There's a better way we could deliver stuff to shops and businesses. A more modern way of doing it. Drones, maybe. Fly all your stuff in. Airdrop it. I don't know. 3D print it all. I don't know. Teleport it. That would be good, wouldn't it? Teleportation. You know, it's 2019. Well, I haven't got teleporters yet. You know, stuff that, you know, we can transport stuff with through the airwaves, like Star Trek. Anyway, we'll put all the wheat in here, and then we'll take this over. We'll feed the chickens and get the chickens fed up. The chickens won't actually do anything for a while, I don't think. Purely and simply because they are going to need that irrigation system, which is going to take 10 hours or so to put in. I don't know whether that's 10 in-game hours or 10 real-life hours, because I'm pretty sure on a couple of save games I've played on, I've fast-forwarded through nights and stuff, and the water irrigation isn't there. And I'm like, well, that was more than 10 hours. Has passed in-game, but maybe it's 10 real-life hours? I don't know. I was also a little bit disappointed today when I logged in, just before I logged into game to start playing this. I had a quick look on the old Giants forum and the mods in test list and the mod hub. I noticed on the mods in test list that Welker Farms has disappeared off the mods in test list, so I was like, oh great, Welker Farms is out. That map is out. I went to the mod hub, it's not on there. Went back to the Giants forums, and apparently it failed again. Woo! It failed test again for some reason. And they never tell you why it's failed or why it's been rejected back to Mapper's Paradise. And Mapper's Paradise never tells you why it's failed either. But from my own experience of submitting a mod to Giants Mod Hub for testing, it's not brilliant. Their Giants communication's not brilliant. You know, you submit your mod, they test it, they fail it, they send you a list, they send you you know, they provide you with a list of why they failed it and things that are wrong and what needs to be changed. So you think, oh yeah, that's not too bad. You know, you make all the changes, you resubmit the mod, they test it again, and then they come back with a fresh new list of stuff that's wrong. And you think to yourself, hang on a minute, why not just test the mod, find everything wrong with it in one go and submit the list? You know, you make all the changes again on the new list, you send the mod back to them, they test it again, they reject it, third time they send you a list with all new problems on it, and you think, why not just report all the errors at the first time? The first time the mod fails, put everything on there that's wrong, everything that's wrong with the mod, every fault, every error, every little bit, you know, so mod authors can fix everything in one go and then not have to do this whole back and forth bit. That's the bit that I kind of find a little bit annoying with the whole making mods for Giants thing. Plus some of the stuff they ask you to change and that just, it really is a bit pedantic. It just seems a bit like, really? I can understand why a lot of mod authors choose not to release mods on the mod hub and instead publish them themselves on other websites. For PC players, this is, of course. Why a lot of PC mods are released on other mod sites, and why authors choose to go down that road. Because sometimes Giants are just nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking. Especially when you look at mods then that they do release on the mod hub that have errors. And you think, well, hang on a minute, aren't you supposed to have tested this? Like Doll Farm, the Doll Farm map, apparently AI workers don't work on field 6 and field 3. Plus, unless you are on PC and have access to the editor, the only contracts you get for Field 3 and Field 6 are planting contracts, sowing contracts. And I'm pretty certain when I was doing my, when I looked at the mod subject list thing from the mod hub, it does clearly state on there how long Giants are supposed to actually play test mods of certain types, you know, like if, you know, someone makes a placeable or an object, you know, someone, you know, these spotlights that JiM's done on this map, they would have to test those for, I don't know, I think the guideline says for something like 30 minutes in game. They'd have to place them, remove them, place them, remove them, test to make sure that, you know, they work properly, you know, they light up when they are supposed to light up, they turn off when they're supposed to turn off, you know, and verify that, you know, that's fine and working. If someone submits like a tractor mod, so for example, if someone submitted this tractor to the mod hub, they would have to test that for about an hour in game with, you know, varieties of different tools and equipment, make sure, you know, it can attach to various different bits of equipment and stuff, and it can actually operate those bits of equipment and can actually do the job it's designed to do. So again, Giants testing it. Maps are the real one. Maps are the one that they are really supposed to put a lot of hours into playtesting, a lot of time into playtesting, because they have to test that every field, apparently, this is just the thing, this is what it's in the guide, every field can be ploughed, cultivated, seeded, fertilised, limed, weeded, harvested, right? Every field on a map. So, for example, this map, 16 fields, they need to test all 16 fields work and everything works properly. At the same time, they also need to check that all the triggers on the map, so water triggers, sell point triggers, bale triggers, you know, all that sort of stuff, these shop triggers, the buy-in trigger, all these work on a map. So however many there are on a map, they're supposed to go around and test every one in game to make sure it works. Also, what they're supposed to do is check to make sure all the base game crops, so again, your wheat, your barley, oat, cotton, canola, sunflower, soybeans, corn, potato, sugar beet, oilseed radish, poplar, grass, sugarcane, all those can be planted and harvested on a map. Okay, so they have to test that all of those work. And then finally, what they have to test is the animals. They have to check that they can put down every single animal husbandry. So again, your chickens, your cows, your pigs, your sheep, your horses, and that they can buy the animals and all the animals work correctly and all the husbandries work correctly, that they can be filled with the correct stuff and everything like that, and that they can be sold off if if you place an animal pen, you can sell it off. Same with all the other stuff. That's what they're supposed to test, and I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty certain all they're doing is checking code. They're just checking code for errors, XML files and stuff like that. They're just checking code mods for errors in the code. They're not actually play testing, because you think of the amount of time it would take to test a map properly, to, you know, to plough, cultivate, seed, plant, fertilise, lime spread, weed, harvest every field on a map. You know, this map would take you a while to do that. Yet there are obviously other maps, bigger maps that come out with more fields that would take even longer to do. You know, these are the things. So I think Giants are, they don't test things properly when it comes to maps. That's why we see errors with maps, and why quite a few maps just recently released on the old mod hub have been having to have updates released for them, because people have reported errors. And like I say, the Dial map is a map I know has some errors on it, because I saw somebody post about it on a review video for this very map on another YouTuber's channel. They were complaining about the Dial map and the AI workers not working properly, and I said to him, oh, I know how to fix that problem. Don't use workers, stop being lazy, do the work yourself. That comment wasn't received very well. The guy didn't like that. He didn't appreciate me telling him to stop being lazy and do the work himself. But, you know, like I say, don't, you know, the AI workers have always been an issue, and it's not this map or DAL map or the AI workers in the game can have issues on any map because they're not very good. Giants AI workers have always the AI workers in Farming Sim have always been rubbish. Let's be face it. That's why people on PC use things like Courseplay and Follow Me, because and now Auto Drive, because frankly those mods are better than the Giants AI in the game. You know, and it saves your sanity. So, you know, if you're playing a dull map and you really don't want to don't want to do the work on field 6 yourself, a big field like that, I would definitely recommend maybe downloading Courseplay if you're a PC player, and using that. It would make your life a lot easier and save your sanity with the workers, especially if you're not confident enough to go into Giants Editor to fix the issues with the AI workers, which, you know, is understandable. Some people probably don't know how to use Giants Editor, wouldn't know how to edit the map and fix the issues. Some people probably don't even know how to download or where to get Giants Editor from. But hey, you know, so there's a workaround. If you're on PC, get Courseplay. If you're playing single player, if you're playing multiplayer, just get more people. Get more people to help you do the work. Allow more players to join your game. Open it up to free access to people. Remove your passwords. Let anybody join, you know? So I'm going to go up and feed all the chickens. Hopefully 14,000 litres will be enough to feed 4 pens of chickens. If not, what I'll do is I'll get some more chicken feed and chicken food, but I'll do it off camera and get that set up and get them going. They're not going to be producing eggs for a while anyway, because of you know, the fact that they need water. I don't even see the bloke turning up with the pipes yet. Right, there's normally a pile of pipes somewhere that appears to show you where they're going to put the water. Okay, I'm definitely going to need some more chicken food. I ain't got enough. I haven't got enough, sorry. Sorry, chickens. I'm going to fill these ones up over here. I think these ones over here are more like the black ones or whatever they are. I think they're the ones that lay the most eggs. I think the white ones are... Again, because I forgot to explain this, it's realistic numbers. The different colour animals relate to different stages of growth within an animal's cycle. So I think the white chickens are supposed to be like, you know, hatchlings, you know, fresh out the egg, baby chickens. I think the brown ones are supposed to be kind of in the, you know, the slightly the growing chickens, your production chickens maybe, and then I think the black ones are supposed to be like the elder mature chickens. And again, I'm gonna have to just quickly, before the next episode in the series, gonna have to familiarise myself with when I'm supposed to sell these chickens off and replace them with another colour version. Because if the white ones, I'm supposed to swap the white ones for another colour after a certain number of days in game, or aka months, to, you know, simulate the animals growing. But anyway, we have unfortunately reached the time where this episode has come to an end. So we've got a canola field harvested. I've got the chicken, I've got some chicken pens put in and got some chickens in. I have started to feed them. Next episode, when we come back, we're going to have a look at obviously getting field 16 replanted and everything, and get it lime spreaded, get it subsoiled, get it cultivated, get it fertilised, get some crops thrown on the top of it, Maybe field 5 will be ready to harvest next episode. I don't know. We may even look at getting into mowing the grass. There's also a couple of other things we're going to need to do around the farm. We're going to have to get some fuel and stuff. We're going to need a tanker, and we can maybe do some like fuel deliveries and some water deliveries and stuff, just to make a bit of money, keep things ticking over if we are in a position where we're waiting for stuff to grow. So anyway, this is the end of the episode. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it today. Hope you've enjoyed listening to me waffle and ramble for the last nearly hour. If you have, please go ahead, click that like button for me, please. That would be greatly appreciated. Any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, anything at all you want to say or talk about, feel free to drop it in the comment section down below. As I say, I do like and look forward to seeing comments left on the videos. I don't always get them, which is a bit disappointing. But I would like to see some more comments and more, interaction from the viewers, new people out there. Of course, if you're not already doing so, please also make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe button. That way you get to stay up to date and, kept abreast of things. So when I post new videos and new content, you will be the first to know. And that's about it, really. That's all I've got to say. So from me, cwattyeso, it's goodbye for now.